Howdy folks, how you all doing? Crossler6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to watch my content. Hopefully you stay to the end and give it that like and subscribe button, which is free. Doesn't cost you a bean to hit. So it's not going to change your life unless I win the lottery, of course, and I might slip you a couple of quid, you know what I mean? And for my American brothers and sisters, a couple of quid is a couple of pounds, so I guess in the equivalent of your money, it's a couple of dollars. $2. You don't want to push the boat out now, do you? I mean, come on. Anyway, for today's gameplay, we're in the Tornvaugn Muravanka. This turned out to be a fairly decent game for me. I've not really played this tank much, in all fairness, since I've had it. I've played some games in it, but not much. It's not a regular go-to tank for me. So I just thought, yeah, I'll give it a bash and see how we get on. And I think this turned out to be my second game in this tank on the day that I recorded this footage. And as I said, it turned out to be a fairly decent game for me. The good thing with this Tornvaugn is get it hull down, and that's it in a nutshell. If you're in tier 8 matches, you'll bounce all day long if you get this thing just hull down just right. Tier 10s, most of the time they're going to go through you like a knife through butter because they'll overmatch your armor, which is annoying to say the least. Have you noticed? I was saying this to my pals just the other night. In fact, we've been discussing this for quite some time, as you can probably imagine. But we've noticed that the games have been deteriorating quite a lot I would say probably over the last, I don't know, 2-3 months. What do I mean by that? Well, say you sit and you have a session of, let's just say, 20 games, right, in a session. And before, it used to be you'll have probably 10 or 11 games which are kind of mediocre. You know, they're okay. You've kind of survived, or you've managed to do a bit of damage in the game. But at the end of the game, at the end plate, you think, oh, actually, you know, I didn't do too bad that game. I tried to help my team as best as possible, and I've participated in the battle. And then you might have, you know, 3, 4, 5 games where you think, oh God, that was a brilliant game for me. That was a really good game. And then you might have a few sort of really crappy games thrown into that mix. But I don't know about you, but I've noticed certainly the last 2-3 months, as I say, you're getting far more worse games than you are good games. Now, it may just be down to me and my play style, but I don't think I've changed my playstyle that much that has sort of contributed to the way that the games have been going, because they've just been dire to the point where me and my buddies have been saying, oh, I don't even want to play this game. It's just because you know what's going to happen. Now, just as a conspiracy theory, has Wargaming done something? Because I know they've kind of changed the format a bit, haven't they? Where you can get certain maps on EU1 or EU2 or whatever server you're actually playing on. And I don't know whether because they've kind of changed the RNG, haven't they? I think it's on EU1, isn't it? I think it is, where it's +1, -1. I don't know. But it's just... I don't know. I've just got this sneaking suspicion that Wargaming have done something to the RNG, or the RNG, the algorithm, if you like, which we all know is real and is very much at work every day in this game. It seems like it's kind of just kicking your ass all the time. Does that make sense? Have you found the same, or is it just me? Am I just being overzealous with it? But it just feels like the game is becoming very mundane and all. Just, I know it's been predictable for a long time, I know that, but it just seems to be, I don't know, it's just got a feel about it at the moment that just makes it very, well, we know what's going to happen. It's very wishy-washy, very predictable. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Leave in the comments below. I'd be interested to read that, to see whether it's just me just imagining it. But as I say, you know, it is what it is, and Wargaming ain't going to change their stance, are they? Unless everybody on every server suddenly says, you know what, take your RNG and shove it where the sun don't shine, because we're not playing your game anymore until such times as you change tact and sort the RNG out once and for all. And they can do it. We know they can do it, but they're just not willing to either. But then I guess they've got to balance it with other aspects of the game. I don't know, but the current state that the game's in, it's really hard to try and promote this game. It really is. And I still love the game. I do. I still love the game. And I think it's a brilliant game. But there's just, I don't know. As I say, the last 2 or 3 months have just been dire. I've got to be honest. They've been dire. And it makes it just a chore most of the time to play this game. But I'll keep playing. Of course I will. You take the rough with the smooth, don't you? But I don't know. I've just kind of got this feeling that something's going on that we're not being made aware of. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. But we'll wait and see. But anyway, this is turning out that it's going to be a win for us. Of course it is. I just need to keep a cool head now and not die too soon. I haven't got a lot of health left. You think I can do it? And I know the score of T-56 is over there somewhere, and I'm just kind of trying to bait him to take a shot at me to see whether I can find out where he is. It's just a ghost shot. Didn't even do anything. Didn't say, you know, it's, I don't know. I was in a game the other day, and it was ridiculous. And I'm not even joking. I think I fired 11 shots, and I think 8 of them bounced. And there was 2 shots that just went into nothingness, and it showed 1 shot that penned. So anyway, we've got the T-56 out the way. So we've just got that little light left. Now I thought that he was down at K90 area, so I thought I'd head on down there. But as you'll see in a second, he gets spotted. And I don't understand why he wasn't spotted when these other tanks were coming down that way. But there he is there, look, the LTTB. But anyway, hopefully he'll be dead in a second, and then we can go to the end plates and see how we did. But yeah, give this Tornvaugn a try. I think you'll like it. But anyway, let's go move on to the end plates. So, we didn't do too bad then. We made a little bit of profit. Damage-wise, we did all right. Nearly 3,000 to 2,879. 4 kills, over 1,000 base XP, so made 20,000 in credits. So not too bad overall. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.